Some things to play, some things to read, some things to wear. Latest pickups. Alright everyone, hope you're doing well. Thanks for pressing play once again. I'm the man they call Pixel Paul, and I don't like January. January is just the worst month of the year, just because you're coming off the back of Christmas and all the excess of that month of December, and it's just quite tough, January. The weather's horrible, it's cold, it's wet, but also it feels like it just goes on forever and you're just kind of waiting for payday, which I know is an awful thing to say in a way, but it's true, you're just kind of waiting for the next payday in a way. So for me personally, it means I don't tend to do quite as much game hunting or game searching or just general pickups in January, just because I'm trying to save the pennies a little bit, recoup a little bit from December. It's a little bit different this year as well, because I've got one eye, or both eyes, on Bolton Gaming Market, which is coming up in March. So I am also trying to save a little bit of money for that too. So I'm not picking up quite as much stuff in January. That being said, I still have picked up a few bits and bobs. So we'll take a look at those now. Cheers everyone. So the first ones, and this is a bit of a risky one because they aren't gaming related, not in the slightest bit, but they are from a charity shop. Now, people who watch my channels over the years will know that I don't have a huge amount of luck in charity shops when it comes to games, that is. But this time I got quite lucky actually. And like I say, these aren't gaming related. I just thought they were bargains, so I thought I'd just show them on the channel anyway. So we have two charity shops near where I live. Neither of them particularly have much in the way of games particularly, but I am on or follow like a Facebook group for one of them. Well, it's not a Facebook group, they just have a Facebook page, and occasionally they will post on there some of the new stock they've got in, and I spotted these things on one of their posts and thought, oh, they look quite good. Couldn't see how much they were or anything, but I hadn't got either of them, and I just assumed that somebody would grab them pretty much immediately. They'd see them on there and think, right, I'm going to go and get those. But luckily, that afternoon, I was able to go to the charity shop and see if they still had them. And they had both of them, and I was really shocked. And then really pleasantly surprised that they had them at the prices that they had them. So I'll show you how much they were. So there's two of them, and it was £4.50 and £4.50. They were both in my size, so this is the something I'll wear, and it is England away shirt and the England home shirt. So these were both of the kits or shirts from, I think it was the European Championships in 2020 when we got to the final and lost, of course, because that's what we do in England. We lose finals all the time. But yeah, I thought £4.50 for both of those two. And they are in reasonable condition actually. That one looks almost in brand new condition, and they are genuine. I have checked the labels. I know what I'm looking for with football shirts because I have a huge amount of football shirts, including England shirts, and yeah, both legit. This one, because it's white, it does show up some of the, there's just one or two pulls in it, but overall really good condition, these, to be fair. These are actually my first ever England Nike shirts. So I've got loads of Umbro England shirts, but never bought Nike England shirts just because of how much they were. So at £4.50 each for both of these two, I thought I'm going to grab both of them and I'll have them. Looking on eBay as well, you can get about 25 quid each for these. So, I mean, I'm not going to sell them. I'm certainly not going to sell that one because I do like to have the white England shirts, but that one, I'm sort of thinking maybe I should cash in on that, maybe make 20 quid, but I probably won't. But anyway, so yeah, charity shop find. Just thought I'd show you those because why not? I don't buy stuff from the charity shop that often, so it was nice to find them. Anyway, sorry about that. I just thought they were really good buys. I just wanted to show what I got from the charity shop. So we'll get on to the games and what I picked up gaming-wise recently. First off, we will go to car boot sales. So, yep, it is January and the car boot sales are back on here in Bolton. The one that I always go to, up at the Reebok, the Tough Sheet Community Stadium. It's the Reebok. Yeah, it's back on. There was actually one the week before. That was the first Sunday car boot sale. I did go to it. but there was nothing there. I wasn't there long. There was just no games whatsoever. So I didn't take any footage from that one. But I did go to this Sunday's car boot sale, and it was okay. I'll show you a bit of footage from it. Now, sadly, there was one guy that was selling games, like one dedicated games seller, and I bought a couple of games off him. And yeah, I was going to video some of it. Asked if he was okay if I could take the video of it, and I did, and you know, was scanning everything with my phone, and then got home and realised that my phone had failed. Okay, no, my phone hadn't failed. I just not pressed record. So yeah, there's a lot of footage of the car boot sale here, but not a lot of footage of the games that are on sale. But anyway, take a look. Good morning, and we are back. It is car boot sale time once again. Yes, it's January. Well, nearly the end of January, but car boot sales here in Bolton are back in full swing. Now, I'm here this morning. There was one last week. That was the first one, well, first Sunday car boot sale, and I did go, but there was nothing there, so I didn't do any footage or do a video on it. But I've come this Sunday, the following Sunday, see what we can find. Hopefully, it'll be better than last week. Looks like there's 2 car parks full of sellers, so it looks quite busy. It's about 7:30, so it's not mega early, but it's very dark still out there, very, very cold. So let's go and have a look, see what we can find. Fingers crossed we can find some games for the collection.
Listen to that.
Last time I'm buying and I'm really happy. You know, it's really small one, yeah.
Oh, I know, but the small one.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
a big one. I have a
How
bigger
much
one.
for
It's
this
not
one?
30. I've got a bigger one. It's not bigger. How this is nothing what I've got out.
Yeah. So that's car boot sale done. Wasn't that much there, to be honest, and it's not been the biggest boot sale I've been to. But I found a few games, ones that I haven't got, which is good. So I'll show you those shortly. It was absolutely freezing. It was so cold that morning, and for some reason it seemed to get colder as the morning progressed as well. I was only there about an hour and a half, something like that. 2 car parks of sellers, and it was okay. It wasn't too bad. They did have at least a couple of games that I could pick up. Well, 3 games that I've picked up. So the guy who was selling quite a few games, I've not seen him there before, but he had quite a few sort of trays of games. Nothing I'd, sort of think about going back to particularly. There was nothing out of the ordinary or particularly rare or anything like that. But he had a few that just kind of sprung out. In general, they were £1 and £2 games, so I picked these 2 up. And the first one I got, this one was £1. It's Payday 2 on the Xbox 360. This is one of the grubbiest cases I've ever seen. It does need to have its box swapped out, but the disc and the insert are fine, and the actual cover itself is okay, but the box is pretty grubby. But for £1, I thought, well, I'll grab it. It's got a really old manky CEX label on it, and for some reason there is a sticker of Sadio Mane on the back of it too. Very random. Not sure why that's on there or how it's managed to find its way on there, but so yeah, Payday 2. Not got this one, not played it. Give it a go, but yeah, the box needs a good going over. No, the box just needs chucking and replacing. But yeah, for £1, CEX currently £1.50 for that. So yeah, interesting one. And then the only other one I bought from him, this one was £2. And this one's in much better condition, thankfully. Very clean, very minty looking disc. Portal 2 on the PlayStation 3. Very happy to get this. And if I'm being honest, I've not bought an awful lot of PlayStation 3 games recently. I just seem to have hit the wall with the stuff that I actually want or can afford. There's not many more PlayStation 3 games that sort of jump out and say to me, "Oh, you've not got me. You must play me." There's not many of them left, apart from some of the sort of more expensive ones. The first one that jumps out is maybe Folklore. I've never played that, but it's it's still quite expensive. But maybe one day I'll get that. But in general, PlayStation 3, I've not picked up that many recently. So yeah, I thought I'd pick up Portal 2 for £2. Currently in CEX, this is £6. So that's a nice little find. That I think it trades in for £4. So I think I've got the Xbox 360 version of this as well. But yeah, I just thought at £2 I'll pick that one up. So yeah, nice pick up that one. And then the only other game I got from the there's two more games that I got from the car boot sale. So I'll show you this one. This one was in the footage, although by that time I think I'd already bought it, so it wasn't on the table. But there was a few 3DS games that this guy was selling. I think he wanted £5 for each of them. For some reason he wanted £10 for Mario. I think was it Mario? I think it's Super. It's Mario 3D. Mario Land 3D on the 3DS. I think that's what it's called. I'm sure it's only about £8 at the moment, something like that. But he wanted a tenner for that one in particular. But I wasn't interested in that anyway. But one game that immediately jumped out that was on that table, and this is one of the few remaining 3DS games that I had on my original sort of to get list. This was a game that I really did want to get, and on that list there's not many left that I haven't picked up. This one just there's a few copies in CEX, but none around me. I think I've seen it in a CEX once and just didn't grab it at the time. I can't remember why, but I should have done. But yeah, he had it, selling it for £5, which is the same price it is in CEX, and it is Spy Hunter on the 3DS. So yeah, I've been wanting to get this one just because I like the look of it, and yeah, I've got a lot of the Spy Hunter games. I've been talking about Spy Hunter Nowhere to Run on PlayStation 2 not that long ago. That was an unexpected hidden little gem. So yeah, I'll see what this one is like, because I just like these kind of games really. Just switch your brain off, no brainer kind of fun, but we'll see what that one's like. So yeah, finally grabbed that one, £5 in CEX as well at the moment, so nice, pick up that one. And the last game from the car boot sale, again, just because I hadn't got it, and it was only £1. It's a bit weird actually, because this guy was selling, he had about, I'd say about 10 or 12 games. He seemed to have some on one side of a table, and he said they were £2, and a few more on the other side of the table, and they were £1. And this was in the pound pile. I don't really know why, but I saw it straight away, asked how much it was. He said £1. I thought, yeah, I'll have that then. And it is Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Awful film. But I suspect the game is probably not that much better. But yeah, I just thought I'd grab that as well. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen for £1. PlayStation 3 game. Again, I've just not been buying a lot of these games recently, so it's nice to pick up 2 PS3 games. So I'll give that a go, see what it's like. And for £1, I think at the moment that's a £6 game in CEX, unbelievably. So yeah, £5 off that one in a way. Again, I would imagine probably about £3 or £4 trading possibly on that as well. So it's in immaculate condition. Really happy with that, the condition of it too. So for £1, gonna pick it up. Okay, so I've got some pickups also from Cash Generator and Cash Converters. But before I show you what I picked up from those two, I have finally made a purchase, which has been influenced by other YouTubers, Collector Catharsis, and of course Kai Mathy, who uses this in the vast majority of his videos. And he's shown it so many times in his videos, but I've never really thought to pick it up myself. And it was, I think Collector Catharsis showed this on his Instagram page not that long ago, and that kind of made me think, I'm going to have a look and see how much this is on eBay. Expecting it to be sort of, I don't know, 14, 15 quid, something like that. But I managed to get it for £6.99 with free postage and packaging. It took a while to get here, but I can probably understand why, because it's quite a big thing, it's quite heavy. But what it is of course, 1001 Games You Must Play Before You Die by Tony Mott, the editor-in-chief of the fantastic Edge magazine. Yeah, what a book. It's great. Love it. There's 1001 games in it. And I've not, of course, read it all, of course, yet. I've looked at all the pretty pictures. But it's great, actually. The way it's kind of split is done into almost like generations and eras or decades. So 80s, 90s, noughties, and beyond. I think it goes up to 2014, is it? I want to say 2014. 2013 it goes up to. And this is the updated version. I don't know what the original version was like. But yeah, love this book. Really great sort of little reference material. I must admit there's a huge amount of these games that I am aware of course. But there's also one or two in here that kind of, I'd never heard of before. So yeah, it's a bit of an education really, this book, and I am going to try and read through a lot of it if I can, because I do read. I don't just play games. I do occasionally read, like comics and stuff. But yeah, so $6.99 for that. Well happy with that. Great book, and great for any game collector. Right, moving on. The last three games, these were from Cash Converters and Cash Generator. Not took any footage from those places particularly. I might have done, and if I did, I'll overlay it or something. I think it was in Bury. We go to Bury quite a lot now, so pick these up from there. But I think three decent finds actually. So the first one I got is Sonic Rush on the DS, on Nintendo DS. That was from Cash Converters, and it was for $4.99, which is not a bad buy at all, because that at the moment is a £12 game in CEX. So less than 50%, more than 50% off it really. So yeah, happy to grab that one. I've had this before. It's not one of the best Sonic games ever made really, but it's okay. It's all right for the DS. I think this was the first ever Sonic game on a Nintendo handheld. I don't think it was the first ever Sonic game on a Nintendo console. That was Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. I think this might have been the first ever standalone Sonic game on a Nintendo console. I could be wrong, but let me know in the comments if I am. But yeah, it's okay. It's sort of split over the two DS screens. It kind of works. But yeah, it's just okay. It's not a bad game, but not the best Sonic game ever. But yeah, for a £5, happy with that. And then sticking with Sonic, so this one was from Cash Generator. Don't see this one around all that often actually. I don't think I've ever seen a physical copy of this. I probably have, but I just don't remember seeing it particularly. PlayStation 2 Sonic Gems Collection, and I paid £5 for that, and that is a hold on, £6 game, so just under the CEX prices at the moment. But yeah, like I say, I've not seen that one all that often. You see Sonic Mega Collection Plus on PlayStation 2 quite a lot. That's quite a common game. But Sonic Gems Collection, I've not seen that often. So, and again, nice and complete. Disc was in really good condition. Manual, and there's even the Sega catalogue in there as well. So yeah, really nice and complete and minty looking copy. So on here, and there's quite a lot on it actually, you get Sonic CD, Sonic the Fighters, Sonic R, which I think is the only one I've not played. No, sorry, Sonic R is the only one I have played when I had the Sega Saturn, and didn't like Sonic R. It's like a racing game for Sonic, but it just, from what I remember on the Saturn pad, it just really, the controls for it were really horrible. But interested to play Sonic CD because I've never played that one before. And Sonic Fighters, I've not played that. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog, Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift 2, Tails Sky Patrol, and Tails Adventures. And they're all Game Gear games, or Game Gear versions of those games. And I think there's a couple of unlockable games in there as well. It doesn't say it on the box. I'm sure there's a couple of, like, I'm sure Vector Man is on there. I'm sure Vector Man's on that as well, and possibly one other. So yeah, quite happy with that. £5 for that. Good pick up, that one. And then the last pickup was from, again, Cash Converters in Bury. This is one I've been after for a bit, but never really seen it at a sort of reasonable price. CEX are currently selling this for £12, and I've got it for $7.99, which I was quite happy with, and that's why I grabbed it to get it. And it is the Street Fighter 30th anniversary collection on the PlayStation 4. So yeah, you can see there, I think you can see $7.99 paid for that one, £12 in the CEX at the moment, so nicely underneath the retail sort of price. Great disc on that. I don't know if you can see it, the inside cover is pretty cool as well, because you guys will know that I do like Street Fighter. That's pretty smart, like that, almost like a Mega Drive style background to it as well. And I've been playing this, or playing some of these, whenever I get one of these Street Fighter collections. No matter what is on the collection, I will immediately go straight to Street Fighter 2. But yeah, there's loads of versions on here. So you've got, and the good thing with this as well is you've got Street Fighter, the original Street Fighter on here as well, which I've never played actually. I'll show you a bit close up the games that are on there, but I'll read them out. So the original Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter Alpha 2, which I used to have on the SNES. I used to have that version. It wasn't a bad version, but it was just a bit slow on the SNES, sadly. Great music though. Street Fighter Alpha 3, and then there is Street Fighter 3 New Generation, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 games on there. Yeah, 12 games on there. So $7.99, 12 games on one disc. Love it. But yeah, I do love Street Fighter. I've been playing this. It plays actually really well on the PlayStation 4 as well. But yeah, like I say, I've played Street Fighter 2. I've played Street Fighter. I gave Alpha 2 a quick go as well. And Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo I was playing as well. So yeah, great addition, that one. There was another, like, is it, I can't remember, there was a game early on the Switch, Street Fighter collection. I can't remember what it was called, and I was always tempted to get that, but never have done in the end. But this isn't that much different to that, I would imagine. I think there's more on this than there was on that one, but yeah, great little pickup, that one. $7.99, £12 in CEX at the moment. Happy with that. So yeah, happy with that little lot. Like I say, I am trying to curb the spending a little bit this month. I've still ended up paying for the games anyway, not for the book and the shirt. So I think I've paid £27, something like that for those, which I don't think is too bad. I think I totted it up, and CEX price for all of those is about 49 quid, something like that. So £27 paid for a bunch of nearly 50 quid games. It's almost like half price, isn't it? So yeah, happy with that. And some in there that I'm really looking forward to playing. Spy Hunter, Sonic Gems collection. Going to be playing through more of the Street Fighter games as well. Yeah, looking forward to playing that one. I'm going to give the Transformers game a go as well. We'll see what that one's like. Anyway, thank you for watching as always. I will be back with some more game hunting videos probably in January, possibly, we'll see. But as ever, I'll still be looking around, not necessarily buying, but it's habit, isn't it? You just still look, even if you aren't necessarily buying. Or is that just me? Do I have a problem? Yeah, it does sound like it. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscription button. That would be great, and I will see you next time.